What's going on, everybody? The Obsession Podcast. I'm Mike Stadler.
I'm Carl Bethke.
Hey, Carl.
Hey, Mike.
What up?
That's a nice little toy we got there.
I know. I'm sure people don't like it. But,
yeah, they're like, look at these idiots.
It's like everything I do. I'm going to overdo it to the point of making people irritated.
That is a fact.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. What do you got?
So, I actually got this question quite a while back from Jeremy. Asked us about ozone hunting, ozonics, scent spray, scent control clothes. He's like, does it work? Is it worth it? Our choice, cost, what we think. Kind of a big question.
Scent control for deer hunting.
Yeah.
What do we think? Top to bottom.
Well, it helps.
It helps.
Yeah. Does anything make it foolproof?
Never.
Never. It never does, obviously. And it's not a bash to any company.
Nope.
Everybody, I really feel all the companies, whether we use it or not, is trying to, obviously, make something to make your hunting experience, that's my air quotes, better. You know, I mean, Carl and I have wore scent lock, scent blocker forever.
Almost 30 years.
And I'm a 200% belief that it helps a lot.
It does help.
I never even used to seat deer when I first started bow hunting. You know, I'd be out there in my old fatigues and
BDUs and
have a do-rag on and getting it done. You know, some boots that I probably wore.
Combat boots.
Yeah, I probably wore them chainsawing and cutting trees and, working on my car.
Well, didn't have the money to have extra boots.
I got boots on, I'm good.
You're a boot whore now.
I'm a boot
You are a boot
prostitute.
Whore. You are. I've never seen a man with so many pair of boots.
I will say this, and I know you agree. Scent lock, scent block are the two I would use.
Yes.
There's all these big, high dollar names now. The Kua. And the Sitka. I'm not saying they're not good, but boy, are you paying for it.
Yeah.
And the
Sitka suit's $600, dude, top and bottom.
I have, and you have. I still wear my main suit that I wear every year, killing suit. Yep. And I've had that for, how long have we had those suits? Because you have one of them too.
The dream season?
Yeah.
Good Lord, Drury's were working with scent lock or scent blocker. So that would have been, gotta be 15 years ago.
I have that same suit.
Yeah.
And that's my main one. I love it.
Our gray ones.
Yep.
Yeah, I still have mine too.
And the other ones we have, the Super Freak.
The Super Freak.
And you have the Matrix.
The new Matrix.
Which are almost identical suits.
Same suit, yep.
Phenomenal.
Yep.
You know, and I think they help.
Yeah.
I think you have to be careful with them.
Yes. It's never 100%. If you're breathing, you're putting scent on. I'll throw that right out there. Now, Mike and I both have Ozonics.
Yep. I have two of them, two different models.
I've got the old one. Mike's got the new one and one.
I don't even have the new one anymore. There's another new one now.
Well, right. You get the newer. You got like the 500 HR 500.
Yeah, now I think it's the 660 or something like that. They call it something. Yeah, but I mean, they help.
Yeah, they help.
I've used one. I used one at your place.
I had it this year. Yeah.
I shot that 10-pointer. He came on the wrong wind side of me.
Yeah.
You have pictures of him.
Yeah, the heavy one.
Slob. Right 250-pound deer, whatever it was. 10-pointer.
Huge, dude.
And he came directly downwind of me.
Yeah.
And
And he was uphill of you too.
And he was uphill. Yeah. So I mean, everything was not in my favor.
Yeah.
And he literally walked out underneath my stand and came out, and I shot him in a food plot.
Yep.
So I mean, I've done some experiments with them. I did them down in my plot one year when I first got the Ozonics. I had it on, and I had the wrong wind, and there was does down the plot of me, and I turned it off. Mm-hmm. And I thought they became more aware.
Yeah, they kind of.
You just kind of little you know what I mean. They didn't leave the plot because I turned it off.
Right.
But I think it helps. You know, price range on those things, it just depends where you buy them.
Right.
They got them all over, 200 to 450 bucks.
Yeah.
You know?
The other thing we use too is scent crusher.
Yep.
So we each have Scent Crusher bags. We work with Scent Crusher for 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
Mike's got one here. I've got 2 at the house. The big closets.
The lockers
where
or whatever you call them.
Yeah, we keep our stuff in. So I got us 2 for the Triple B, so we'll each have one out there.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about. This guy, I like this guy.
But those things.
Can I get a nameplate above mine?
Yeah, it's just gonna have nameplate.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. You guys listen. There's a good guy over here.
Yeah,
I'm excited right now.
Right on. That says we have our own lockers. Just me, Mike, and Logan.
Nice.
There will be 3 lockers.
That is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But anyhow, that being said, the Scent Crusher we believe works. We use it.
Yep.
I think you can use it too much, and I think here's what I think. I think people
it's constant.
overanalyze, and they overuse it. And what it is it's bad for your clothes.
It is. It tears them up.
Yeah, it'll eat elastic
Yep.
and plastics and things like that. It's not good. I screwed up this year. I put my binos in there, and I put it on for 15 minutes, and the elastic bands on my binos.
No, those things are junk. I was wondering what you did to them. That's why.
Yeah, I put them in there.
So you just
I
got
didn't even
those
think.
things.
Well, I threw them all in there. I didn't even think about it. Threw it all in the bag. Hit the Scent Crush bag. 15 minutes. I went put the things on. The next time I go like this to stretch them out. Whatever. I go like this, and they like.
He needed to gain 500 pounds for him to fit.
Yeah, I had to get Bob size.
Yeah. Ooh, jeez, that's
Truck stop Romeo.
Yeah, that's there. There it is, right there.
But I mean, Scent Crusher's another one.
Yeah.
We do use sprays.
Yeah, on and off.
Yeah.
I don't think as much as we used to. We used to use carbon spray all the time.
Yeah.
My stuff would be white.
Yeah, I remember
bow
that.
would be white.
Bow would be
Yeah,
white.
yeah.
And, we did get some spray from Gary Rasmussen. Gary sent us some stuff. They actually use this scent for like when they were trying to. This is gonna probably sound bad, but this is how he explained it to me. Basically, it's a scent spray they use to kill scent at some like murder scenes and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we each got a gallon of it. I didn't bring one. I got a brand new gallon of it for you at the house. But that stuff works pretty dang well. I really like that. I think it's a little bit different than the carbon spray. It doesn't leave that residue.
Yeah.
We always had a problem with that. It kind of bothered us on the grounds that we both believe in the ultraviolet thing. We're deer sea ultraviolet,
Yes.
the blues and greens and whatever. And the white residues on our stuff would sometimes, if you looked at with a video camera and you looked at some of the clothing after it was sprayed, it glowed.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yep.
And we were like, how the heck do we get this out of there? Well, part of it was not using that carbon sprays and the stuff that they used to make. Now, the newer stuff may be a little bit different. We really haven't experimented with that
No, not
recently.
too much with it. That stuff's fairly inexpensive.
Yeah,
you know
we
what I mean?
mostly put it on our boots.
Yeah, there's the dead downwind stuff I've used quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think that works pretty good. All the sprays I think are fairly close to each other.
I'm going to throw
Scent
this
sprays?
out for you. What about nose jammer?
Yeah, but anyway.
I'm with you.
So yeah, I was getting to those.
Yeah.
The nose jammer. So now, a product like nose jammer, what that does is it's trying to throwing scents into the wind.
Yeah.
So that a deer is picking up that scent and not you.
Yeah.
Which my personal opinion, I wouldn't do it.
No.
Because it's foreign to me. We've talked about this. I wouldn't do it. Now I know people that do it.
Yeah, no, I don't.
And they'll
people
swear
do
by
to
it.
Yeah.
My opinion, I'm out.
When you're taking an animal where its number one sense of safety is its nose, and you're throwing something at its nose, I find that hard to be a win.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's percentage-wise a losing proposition.
Yep. No, there's another one, and Phil actually asked me about this one, so I kind of did a little bit of research on it. That scent thief.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it,
So
honestly.
I did a little bit of research on it. So what scent thief does is it blocks an animal's ability to smell without using enzymes, cover scents, chemicals, or ozone.
Yeah, so,
It's supposed to be undetectable.
yep.
So, it
It
interests
does
me.
what scent jammer's supposed to do,
Yes,
but
without-
without a scent.
Alerting them.
Yeah, without a scent.
Yeah, which interests me, and so I did a little research. I didn't do a lot of it, but a little bit. And they actually, when they first came, they've been around for like 20 years, I guess. I didn't know they were around that long.
Me either.
But their first formula that came out, the government actually made them change it because drug smugglers were using it
For the dogs.
to jam the noses of the dogs coming through the border with drugs. So like you can't do, you gotta make it different. It works too good, basically.
Dang.
So I thought, I'm like, that's kind of cool.
That's the batch I want.
Yeah, I want that stuff.
Yeah, that's the stuff I need.
And Phil was asking me all that. He's like, I used it once or twice, he said, and he thought he had pretty good luck with it. So that one to me is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to experiment with it.
Yeah, that might be something we should
Because what they say, and I read it right on their site, I read everything there, like, it's not foreign stuff.
Yeah. Well, if you smell scent jammer, dude,
Yeah,
it smells like anise.
yeah.
Not ass, anise.
They're like, anus?
Anus? Did he say anus?
Well,
What
no
is it?
wonder they can't smell
Oh,
you.
Jesus, ass is ass, you know? Jesus.
Something smells like a butt.
Yeah, buddy. But, yeah, no. So basically, it's got like a black licorice type scent
Yes.
to it. That stuff, that interests me.
Yeah, I was waiting for today to tell you about this because I actually was you saw my laptop was set up, so I was on there yesterday, and the wife was saying, I'm like, I'm busy right now,
Got things to do.
and you can ask her. She wasn't real happy the way I said it because it wasn't nice probably, but yeah, it kind of interests me, so it's something I'm going to try. I think we should look at it a little bit and just kind of see.
Yeah,
But that one interests me. Don't know any more about it than that.
yeah.
Rubber boots.
Now, rubber boots are a necessity.
I swear by rubber boots. I don't do anything in the woods without rubber boots on.
The only time we don't wear rubber boots is when we're out west.
Yeah.
And that's just because of the ground we have to cover at longer distances.
Yes.
And there's not a set of rubber boots
Nope.
that will survive.
And trust me, I've tried. I've
Yeah.
bought them
Yeah.
because I love rubber boots.
Yes, you do.
I could show you a closet full of them,
Well,
and I've got them all.
There's 4 pair upstairs on the freezer.
Yeah,
in
there's
the
just 4
garage
pairs
right
in
now.
the freezer. That was just from this season.
Yeah.
That was the ones I was shuffling through each
Another
other.
10 around the corner.
Oh yeah, there's all of that.
Yeah.
I even bought another pair just
Did
because
you?
I thought they looked kind of good.
Yeah, I told the wife I want 2 or 3
Yeah.
pair for
They
Christmas.
looked cool and they're all right.
Eh.
I thought they'd be better. Like in what Carl says with the rubber boot, the problem is walking all day on your feet. Most boots, they can't do it. You'll shred your feet.
Yep.
They're not good enough for that. That's the
don't.
problem.
They don't have the ankle support
Yeah.
needed for going up and down the ridges and hills.
No, the one pair I have that I told you is starting to come apart.
Yeah.
That's the only pair I have that does that,
Yeah.
and that's those Irish setters.
Yeah.
They have the Exoflex heel. They form around your foot.
Yep.
Those things you could do it out west.
Yeah, I like Irish setters.
But when we're out west, dude, it's 95 degrees.
yeah, yeah.
And I want a rubber boot. I'll be swimming in it.
Yeah. Plus, we're covering miles.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're hunting a whitetail in a small
Right.
60, 70 acre.
They're not doing
whatever.
a 1,000-yard walk and then a sit.
Right.
So it's, those are things, I mean, we swear by them, we use them. Yeah. I think a lot of scents in general, we've talked a lot about, we don't use.
Yep.
We don't like the foreign substances. Now, I watch a lot of the Conquest scents. The only thing that they make to me that interests me is like their calming stuff,
Yeah.
which I'm sure there's guys out there. If you guys use this stuff, let us know because we want to know because we haven't really used that. But that kind of interests me a little bit because it's supposed to be like a calming, like a bedding area.
Yeah. Scent.
That's neat to me.
Yeah, I've thought that too multiple times.
And I know they always have people on there doing testimonials that use it, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, the other aspect of it too is, whenever you go and look at testimonials, is it year after year success or is it happened to work that one time?
Anything works one time. We know that.
Yeah.
We've even used doe piss.
Oh yeah.
Active scrape.
Right.
I mean, everything will work once.
Oh yeah. We used to use drippers.
Oh yeah, all the
And
time.
We turned away from
Well,
drippers altogether now.
Carl,
What?
it conditions the buck to come in the
Daylight
daylight.
movement. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's a
Remember?
no.
That's a hard pass.
Yeah, that's a negative. But yeah, I mean, I had a guy come try and Bob. He brought doe and estrus and everything, and he made, which I think is pretty cool. He made these dispensers that are kind of cool for scent, you know,
Yeah.
that you can put them around if you're a scent guy, which is pretty cool. A good idea. I told them that manufacturing wise, there's a few things that I would change, so we'll look into that. But so it could be a product that we might come out with. But that being said, you know, he wanted to put dough and ester scent and everything on them and run them around the. I'm like, no, not on my property.
No, thanks.
Not on my property.
You know, now.
Right time of year, I think a dough and ester scent will be perfect.
Oh, sure. But
You
when
know.
is that time?
Well, yeah.
I mean, people think they know, but you really don't know.
The only way it could really work, honestly, and if it was a good quality scent, I think would be during the rut, because they are kind of crazed. If they get a scent of something that I believe is probably fairly close to what they think is an estrus dough, they'll come.
Look at the property disparity of yours last week, what it was doing,
Yeah.
and what mine was doing last week.
Yeah, no big, huge difference. And we're
And
only,
now,
what, 120 miles
And now
apart.
look what mine's doing this week.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
hard to judge that kind of, unless you know property, which we know what our properties do.
Right.
So that makes it a little bit better,
Yeah.
obviously.
And you have to make that call throughout the season. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
after hunting a place a few years, you know kind of when those does are becoming into estrus.
When
and
certain
things
things
like
work
that,
and when they don't.
Yep.
You know, I think, other scent stuff we use, like I use the body wash,
yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I always use body
and I
wash.
use it year round.
Yep.
That's what I use.
Yep.
You know, and the deodorant I use, I actually don't use the like the scent killer, the actual hunting stuff. I don't use it. It has aluminum in it,
Yeah.
for one thing.
Aluminum oxide.
Yeah, and I break out from it.
Yeah.
I've tried it. So I actually buy I think it's called Go Green or something. It's an Amazon. It's just an all natural brand.
Yeah.
Nothing,
No scent to it.
no scent to it at all. And that's what I use year round.
Yeah. No, this year I actually broke out from it too.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. It's like the first year it ever had
It's the
it.
aluminum probably.
Yeah. And you can tell the scent-free deodorants, the underarm deodorants, they seem a little more, I want to call them pasty.
Yeah.
You know, where you put them on, it seems like it's a little thicker,
Yeah.
you know, than the other stuff. And for some reason, yeah, it hit me this year. I got a bunch of like
Oh,
little
yeah.
red, looked like it bites, and it just itched.
Itch,
like
yeah. Yeah, that's why I quit using it. I got that, I think it's Go Green. I got it on Amazon. You can look it up, but it's an all natural, no
Yeah.
scent. And I've used that now hunting for the past several years.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to
Yeah.
go to that stuff.
And I like it.
Send me that.
I like it a
one.
lot. You know, so that kind of stuff, yeah, I use that. I think you need it. I think it helps.
When we're out west, we definitely use the scent-free body washes
Yeah.
because I mean it's 100 degrees when
Yeah,
we're
it's
out
hard
west in South
to,
Dakota.
you're going to stink.
Yeah, and North Dakota, even when we're in North Dakota, we're sweating if we have to
Yeah.
run to try and cut deer off.
It's really impossible to stay scent free there. You just really got to be better with your wind.
Yeah, work the wind.
The scent free stuff really, to me, is only more beneficial whitetail because you're going somewhere, you know where you're going to be. You're trying to get there as easily and as less work as possible.
Yeah.
So you can get there, sit down, put all your stuff on. Like I a lot of times hike in, I have a lot of my stuff
Yeah.
in my pack.
Yeah.
And then I put it on,
Right.
you know.
The other thing I want to add too, and I know some of you guys are smokers and coffee drinkers and whatever else, and that's fine. I mean, I get it. But realize this, that you can scent crush your stuff for a half hour or whatever else. It's not going to take that scent out of your body. Smoking leaves the scent in your skin.
Yeah, it does. It sticks to your skin. It
And
is.
same with coffee. Coffee, whatever. If you're a coffee drinker, tastes great. Whatever, that's great for you. But it's another thing that's on your breath, and it's consistently there. Even though you might not notice it, your body becomes adapt to it. Other people around you, if you're a heavy coffee drinker, will notice it. And deer will definitely notice it. Do they run all the time? I'm not going to say they do.
No.
You know, how many times we get, you know, we'll probably get comments on this one, you know, the guys who smoke cigarettes
Oh,
in the
this
tree.
is-
I
yeah,
shot a 180-inch deer. He walked right up to me. Well, okay. Well, sometimes that happens.
It does.
You know, I'm not going to say.
I wish it would happen to me.
I wish it would happen to me.
I
too.
tell you what, I'd pick up smoking for a week or two if a 180-incher walk up to me.
Seems legitimable. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot to that part. Boom, baby. So I think that pretty much covers the what we think.
I think so. Yeah, I think a lot of
scent
them are
use.
obviously they help. They're feasible. You
Yeah.
know, they're pricey, but take care of the stuff you get.
Yes.
Make sure it's, especially your clothing, your footwear, anything. Make sure it's functional. That's the biggest thing. Don't just buy anything out there.
Yeah.
It really has to be functional. I have several suits. I know you do too.
Yeah.
I don't wear them.
Right.
So they just don't work for me.
Yeah. There's some pieces of
Equipment-wise.
clothing. Yeah. Some pieces of clothing. We really like the scent blocker and scent lock stuff because they retained the pockets where we needed them to retain the pockets. We like a lot of stuff. We like our calls and our rangefinders and everything right here on our chest.
Yeah.
And inside, so we're not bumping stuff when we're going full draw, things like that. A lot of this clothing is pocketed stuff. I like pockets, don't get me wrong, but it's not always location-wise where you want it to be. So if you can put the clothing on before you purchase it, then do that.
I think a lot of people don't think about the functionality of it, which we do, which is why we stick to certain suits that we like to wear.
Oh yeah,
because we can, you know, here's my rangefinder, here's my grunt call, this is where this is. I have everything right here without moving all over in the tree or on the ground or wherever you're at.
I will say for clothing too, in my opinion, clothing, boots, anything like that, you get what you pay for.
You do.
You do. The big brand names, the Sitkas, the Kuyus, and things like that. If you're worried about how you look in your clothing, then not that it's bad clothing, it's great clothing. But if you're worried about how you look or you're buying because it's a brand name, then you got a problem with it.
I always look good.
Yeah, well, pretty is pretty. I'll just throw it out for you.
Pretty bad.
Pretty ugly. Pretty stinky. That's what we're talking about.
Hey, don't clap for that.
Hey, sorry.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I love that shit. We appreciate each and every one of you guys listening. Look, go ahead and put in your comments, put your views down here. What kind of clothing you guys wear? We want to hear what you guys are wearing and any suggestions for clothing too. Things that you would change or whatever, especially scent lock products or scent blocker products. We might be able to get some changes made for you. You never know.
Yeah, especially if you're using any of the scents. I really like to hear about that. You know, or if anybody's used a scent thief.
Scent thief, it's something that's...
Yeah, I want to hear about that because it interests me and I know it interests Carl now too.
Yeah.
So
that's anything that I think will help.
Yeah, let us know because if it's an advantage, we'll take it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And your guys' experience helps us too. So
yeah, buddy.
We appreciate each and every one of you. If you want to listen to just the podcast, you can check us out at Spotify,
Google,
Apple,
Amazon,
iHeart,
RSS.com.
Yeah, buddy. Check our pretty faces out right here at YouTube.
Have a good one.